thump to the dirt as Nevada passed, and he lifted his head and gave off a disgruntled woof at the sound of the dodge. "Shh. It'll be all right." Nevada lied. He tried and failed to ignore the throb of a hangover that had lingered past noon and seemed to get worse rather than better as the sun rode high in the western sky and heat shimmered in undulating waves as far as the eye could see. Nevada's stomach clenched as the truck roared closer. His bad eye ached a bit, and he swatted a stupid horsefly that hadn't figured out that the herd was 300 feet west, huddled behind a thicket of scrub oak and mesquite trees, each lazy horse standing nose to buttocks with another and flicking at flies with its tail. Marson's truck slid to a stop in front of the old tool shed, and he cut the engine. The muscles at the base of Nevada's neck tightened, the way they always did when he was confronted by the law. At one time he'd been a member of the ranks. Now he was an outcast. Shep climbed from behind the wheel, a big bear of a man whose lower lip was always extended with a chaw of tobacco. Shep sauntered around the front of his bug-spattered truck. In snakeskin boots, faded jeans, and a western-cut shirt that was a little too tight around his belly, Shep made his way up the dusty path leading to the cabin. 2 cans of Coors, connected by plastic strapping that had once held 6 16-ouncers, dangled from his thick fingers. "Smith." He spat a stream of black juice through his front teeth as he reached the gate. "Got a minute?" "Depends." "On? Is this official business?" "Nah." Shep wiped the back of his free hand over his lips. The beginning of a mustache was visible on the freckled skin over his upper lip. "Just 2 old friends chewing the fat." Nevada didn't believe him for a second. He and Shep had never been friends, not even when they'd been part of the same team. They both knew it, but he held his tongue. There was a reason Marson was here, a big one. Shep yanked 1 can from its holder and tossed it to Nevada, who caught it on the fly. "Hell, sure is hot," Shep grumbled, popping the top and listening to the cooling sound of air escaping. With a nod, he hoisted the can and took a long draught. "It's always hot." Nevada opened his beer. "Summer in Texas." "Guess I forgot." Shep chuckled with a drip of humor. "Come on, let's sit a spell." He hiked his chin toward the front porch where 2 plastic chairs were patiently gathering dust. Sweat trickled down the side of Shep's face, sparkling in skinny sideburns that were beginning to gray. "Hear about old Caleb Swaggart?" he asked, eyeing the horizon where a few wisps of clouds gathered and the dissipating wake of a jet sliced northward. The warning hairs on the back of Nevada's neck prickled. He leaned against a post on the porch while Shep settled into one of the garage sale chairs. "What about him?" Shep nursed his beer for a few minutes while looking over the eyesore of a ranch Nevada had inherited. With a grunt, he said, "Seems old Caleb's about to die. Cancer. The docs up in Coopersville gave him less than a month." Another long swallow. Nevada's fingers tightened over his Coors. "And lo and behold, Caleb says he's found Jesus. Don't want to die a sinner, so he's recanting his testimony." Every muscle in Nevada's body tensed. Through lips that barely moved, he asked, "Meanin'?" "That Ross McCullum is a free man. Caleb's testimony sent the old boy to prison in the first place, his and Ruby Dee's. Everybody in these parts knows what a lying whore Ruby is, and now it looks like she might admit that she was just setting Ross up." Nevada felt sick inside. A bit of a breeze, hot as Satan's breath, brushed the back of his neck. Shep hoisted his can again, nearly drained it. "Now, I know it was you who arrested the sumbitch, Smith. You who sent him up the river. But I thought I should let you know Ross is going to be out in a couple of days, depending on who's reviewing the case. And I don't have to tell